So, back from a great holiday on the Isle of Wight, and like any good business person, I've started looking at the future, looking 6 to 8 months ahead, seeing what courses I need to put on, what dates I need to organize, getting things in the calendar because these things do sneak up on you. If you're not thinking 6 to 8 months in advance, you end up with a month and not enough time to do some proper marketing. So anyway, looking 6 to 8 months, but which is in some ways somewhat depressing because it takes you straight into the middle of winter. Now, I usually have pretty decent luck in keeping sessions going until basically Christmas. So usually the weather's not too bad, and there's a few Christmas events we can do before, wreath making, Christmas forest school feast, all those sorts of things. So great, up until then, sessions run as normal. But once again, I'm confronted with a big gap in the calendar. Basically from end of December through to the end of March, where basically the weather over here in the UK is terrible. I mean, it's not as bad as some countries in terms of temperature, but it's wet, it's windy, and it's cold. Like my first session in the beginning of March last year, blizzards, snow, we were huddled in a hot tent and weren't able really to make the most of the woodland. Now you can probably keep things going if you're attached to a school or something similar where there is indoor space. So once the children get too cold, they can quickly hop inside and get warm. But it's a real challenge to get people out if it's private home, primarily home educators for a school session, or bushcraft, of course. And most people, they don't want to go out in winter unless they have to. I mean, there are some walks and stuff we can do, but in general, everything shuts down come January. Now that's got me thinking now, what do I do for the missing bit of income? I mean, I've still got bills to pay, still got overheads that come out every month, whether I'm working or not. So where do I go? Now, typically, I have been picking up retail work in outdoor stores. So I do over Christmas. So I finish early in December, help them out with their Christmas rush, keep going well into January and through to March, and keep the lights on that way. But retail work, it doesn't exactly pay very well unless you've moved up the ladder quite a bit. And if you're gone for most of the year, no opportunities to move up the ladder, and no inclination to either. So what do you do? That's the question that has been plaguing me for a while. I see a lot of conversations around that as well. There's a lot. It's a perennial question for a lot of outdoor instructors. And if you can't, say, move to the Alps for the ski season, again, where'd you go? Christmas tree work? Yeah, only works up until the end of Christmas. So why does everything shut down? How can we extend the year further? And what do you do to keep things going when it gets cold and when people don't want to come out? What skills do you teach? What courses do you run? How do you deal with the hungry gap right at the beginning of the year when there's nothing to forage, no leaves on the trees, everything's so cold? Really interested to know your thoughts. And if you'd like to see more of these vlogs, let me know. I'm going to give them a go for a little while. So, see you next time, and make the most of every day.